Hey folks, welcome back to HeartGold vs. Crystal. We are here, heading to Saffron City once again so that we can head north to yet another city, Cerulean City. Now, for once, we're actually not going to Cerulean City with a gym badge in mind. It has a gym, but you actually have to jump through a number of hoops in order to get it to open up and do your bidding. So we will be jumping through one of those hoops, and then jumping through other hoops a little later on. I'm doing things a little bit out of order because the next gym that I do want to take on will be greatly facilitated if I do this a little bit first. Anyway, that lady, she had a Slowbro in the original red, blue, yellow, etc.'s, and was struggling to get it to, like, do things. And she's doing a lot better now. It's wonderful. Anyway, heading out at night for reasons that will be revealed in a short matter of time. And let's head even further north onto Nugget Bridge, which has gotten a very nice makeover. It's all golden, like a golden nugget. Get it? Anyway, we're heading to the Cerulean Cape, which is apparently a very romantic area. But I'm not here for romance. I am here for a little Pokemon called Oddish. Now, why am I getting an Oddish? Why am I catching a Pokemon at this late point in the game? Well, we'll find out soon. But rest assured that I do want this Oddish, and that rest assured Oddish do only appear at night in this area, so that's why we had to go catch it at night. Anyway, toss an Ultra Ball. Shouldn't be too tough. We've been catching things like a pro for a long time now. And there we go. Gotcha. So yeah, Oddish, it'll be in our party for the time being, just for a little while. See, even the Pokédex Center entry says it's nocturnal. Anyway, back to the daytime, back to Route 24 and or 25, and we'll be heading off to the far end of Cerulean Cape, and finding a certain person there. Now, before this area, the Nugget Bridge was a periodic series of Pokemon trainers, and once you beat all 5 trainers, a guy at the end would give you a golden nugget, which you could sell for fun and profit. Now that trainer challenge has been moved up to Route 25 above the bridge, and it's 6 trainers rather than 5, and they have gotten significantly stronger than they were 3 years ago. Yeah, in the original games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, there were, like, a ton of trainers up here, unrelated to the Nugget Bridge stuff. So this is a heck of a place to get levels before the second gym battle against Misty. Anyway, double battle here. What do they have? They have a lot of Pokemon, geez. Looks like they got a bunch of grass types, but not fully evolved. Anyway, Sludge Bomb, still making use of that. Paris, being unevolved and fragile and super weak to poison, doesn't survive very long. And Gloom, being part poison, should fall fairly nicely to Psychic. You can see the levels are actually pretty even here, though. They got level 38s over there, and I'm just above 40, so... Natural Gift, I'm not sure why that failed, actually. It's supposed to have a different effect depending on the arena in which you are fighting. I guess apparently there is no effect in this area? Or maybe it was meant to help the companion, and there was no companion to help. I don't know. Anyway, Moon goes down, another Paris goes down. Think of all the, like, devastation they could have caused if they just had a higher leveled Parasect on a, like, big-ass Vileplume. Well, speaking of Parasect, hello. Parasect evolved form of Paris, as you can most likely tell. A little bit morbid, because it's not that the Paris has gotten more powerful, it's that the parasite on top of its back has gotten more powerful and has started to control its brain. In fact, it's completely controlling its brain now. hence the empty eyes. Really morbid. Anyway, also a Pidgeotto, which should be a Pidgeot by now. It's level 41, it evolves at level 36. Don't know what this guy is trying to pull. And for the sake of variety, let's use Sucker Punch, and also make sure that that Pidgeotto goes down before it has the chance to do any damage to my rather frail compatriots, especially those that are weak to flying types, such as Pidgeotto. And that should leave us with one Pokemon, I believe, left? Yes, sir, a Bellawesome. So I guess they did eventually, like, have fully evolved versions of their little baby Pokemon, but think of all the experience that could have just been poured into a single Pokemon for much greater effect. These people could have, like, level 60s. And would actually be challenging, I don't know. And especially having taken on Erica in the last episode, nothing these guys, like, throw at you will ever scare you. Unless it's a double battle and you're terrible at double battles. Entirely possible, I guess, if you're dumb. Anyway, let's move on. We are nearing the end of this challenge. In fact, that was the last official trainer back there, but now we have a jerk who just wants to fight us for the hell of it. And he has a Porygon. You remember Porygon? There was one back in the Goldenrod radio tower. It was a bit of a gimmick Pokemon, a little weird, a little crazy. Pure normal type, likes to use conversion moves to change its type. Also costs a hell of a lot of coins at the game corner. Anyway, I'm showing the Porygon because Porygon is cool like that, and also to give Freeda a little more screen time, because Freeda, as you likely noticed in like all of Kanto and the Elite Four, hasn't been getting a whole lot of screen time. Just, like, couldn't live anything, couldn't even sit up Leech Seed and a lot of things. Anyway, that didn't work out too well. But yeah, get Freeda in there a little bit, get some more experience for her. She's been lagging behind. And then Everett, because Everett is contractually obligated to appear in every episode. Now, I do kind of wish that they had made this a Porygon 2, or hell, maybe even a Porygon Z, considering, like, those things exist now. Hell, Porygon 2 existed back in the original Gold, Silver, Crystal, so I don't see why they couldn't have made it a Porygon 2 at this point in the game. But there I am, railing on them for not evolving all their Pokemon again. This is a criticism that I have lobbied many times against many Pokemon games, and I should really just lay off it, but it keeps happening. Anyway, Porygon goes down. And that takes care of the Nugget challenge, so let's claim our prize and meet a special someone after this commercial break. Alrighty, here we are. I guess I decided not to grab that item. Don't really know. But anyway, for clearing the Nugget Trainer Challenge, you get a Nugget, which you can sell for 5,000 Poké-Dollars, which is chump change at this point. Anyway, one extra bonus battle. This thing should be a Rhydon. Sorry. Anyway, Rhyhorn is quadruple weak to grass as well as water, but grass is the relevant type here. So let's see if we can get in a Solar Beam. Probably not. No, maybe if Freeda was like fully healed. Yeah, that's a downer. Or maybe if like we had a move that wasn't Solar Beam, that didn't take a charging turn. Like, especially at this point in the game, with Freeda unevolved and so frail, having a charge-up turn is really, really detrimental. Like, if it were like Hyper Beam and you unleashed it the first turn and recharged the second, then at least Freeda would kill things and get experience, even if she died the next turn. Here, not so much. We're really gonna have to do things like... We're gonna have to fix both those problems, basically. Anyway, Charmeleon, which should be a Charizard. What the frickin' hell? I know Charmeleon, like, is infinitely cooler than Charizard, because it's red, but come on, guys. Step it up. No. Alright, who's it gonna be? Who's going to save the day this time? Webster. Why Webster? Because Webster has Sucker Punch yet again. I love Sucker Punch, I really do. That could have turned against me if Paralysis kicked in, because then I would be fully paralyzed, and the Sucker Punch wouldn't go off, and Webster would most likely faint. But whatevs, it worked. Oh, see, like that. That is a visual demonstration of the problem that I was just explaining. Anyway, here's Swagger. Swagger is an interesting move. It sharply increases the opponent's physical attack stat, but also confuses them. I'm sure I've explained this before, but assuming luck is on my side, it is to my advantage on the Webster front, most likely. Unless I'm just going to use Sludge Ball more, which I probably easily might or could. Whatever, I guess it didn't really become relevant because Webster is down. Now, how are we going to take care of this Wartortle? Our Grass type is gone. We don't have an Electric type. Let's bust out Everett yet again. If you don't love Everett by now, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, you got this Wartortle actually with Hydro Pump, with, like, busting out one of the strongest special water-type moves in the game. I suppose making it a Blastoise could have been, like, difficult for the player to beat, so I guess maybe that's why they didn't do it, because look at that, that is a hefty sum of damage right there. That was almost like a quarter of Everett's full HP. Madness. Truly, no average trainer could deal with such high levels of damage. Anyway, Wartortle will be going down in the near future. Don't worry. Just be patient, young child. And he lives by hair. And Swagger, which means... Yes, sir, the Groundhog has seen its shadow. That means 6 more weeks of stalling out of Confusion. Oh, good, got it on the first turn. Good. Alright, so that's that guy down, and I believe that's the end of combat for this episode. So now we just gotta meet that special someone that I was talking about. Now remember, this is a very romantic place. So that special someone has got to be a very special someone. Also, apparently Suicune shows up there. I don't know. Anyway, our special someone is in fact an old man. Hello. This is the PC guy's Bill's grandfather. And if you show him certain Pokemon, he will give you certain evolutionary stones. And this is why I caught that Oddish. Oddish, upon presenting to this man, will give you a Leaf Stone, and Leaf Stones can be used for the express purpose of evolving certain Pokemon, such as Execute. Which means the time has come, everyone. Finally. Let's evolve Freeda. In this version, it's already happened in Crystal. Awkward. There we go. Now, with this evolution, all of Freeda's stats are significantly better, including, and most importantly, her defensive stats. And then also another decision I decided to make was to replace Solar Beam with Giga Drain. Because that whole charge-up turn just really was cramping my style, dog. I refused to let it fly. And if I end up regretting it, I can go and relearn it again if I need to, but just so you know, I don't. Giga Drain serves me quite well throughout the rest of the game here. And now we can just head back to Cerulean. Now, like I said, there are a number of other things to do before we can access the Cerulean Gym. But we will not be taking care of those in the next episode, because in the next episode we will be taking care of a completely different gym, for which Freeda will be very useful, hence the detour to evolve her here. And that takes care of that, so I will see you guys next time for the Fuchsia City Gym.